Good morning, happy Friday. Well, I think it's Friday for most of y'all in the group, so happy Friday, Buster. So wanted to talk to you guys. I posted a survey yesterday, kind of just out of my own curiosity, of how many of you guys have a training partner, a nourishment partner, an accountability partner, a coach in some manner when it comes to accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. And so the reason why I bring that up is because, for one, so many of us start this journey kind of on our own, right? And I think I can speak as I get older, almost trying to find other people to go along these journeys and trying to achieve the things in which oftentimes I want to achieve can be difficult to find. And so based on research that's out there, is when we talk about accomplishing goals, right? Ultimately, what we want to do is be able to put as many tools in our tool bag and as many things that we can to set us up for success, all right? Now, when we talk about setting up goals is, oftentimes we talk about establishing goals and seeing where we're at and seeing where we want to go and kind of taking it from there, but also on the stance of, what can we do to align ourselves with the best success rate we can possible? And so research shows that when we actually publicly almost commit to our goals to another individual, or we announce them on Facebook or social media or whatever that may be, we're actually 65% more likely to follow through with the steps that essentially are required for us to move ourselves in that direction. Now, even more daunting or even more cool regarding that is if you actually have a specific person, whether that be a training partner, a coach, a friend, somebody else that you essentially that can hold you accountable to the things in which you're wanting to move towards. You're actually up to 95% more likely of finding success in the things in which you're wanting to accomplish. All right, so I think the reason why I'm talking about this, you guys, is because for so many of you guys that are, joining us in this group, there's obviously things that you want to accomplish. There's obviously things that you want to aspire towards of creating in your life. But I can speak from my own experience of coaching over the years of how many people I see walk through the door essentially by themselves, right? Like they don't feel like they have any friend, or they don't feel like they have any a community, or they don't feel like they have a coach. They don't feel like they're doing these things kind of off on their own. And not to say that those things can't be beneficial and we can't see success there, but on a statistical realm, the chances of success without anyone else drops significantly, right? And if you've just started joining us in this group, we talk a lot about these things because it's not just based on the aspect of, do you have willpower? Do you have determination? Do you have dedication? We have oftentimes we as human beings, we have a lot of blind spots and a lot of things that we do habitually because that's the way we functioned over the years of life. We do things out of repetition, right? Like our brain is designed to eliminate, not to add, right? And so what we do oftentimes is we do things unconsciously or subconsciously just to keep us from having to expend a lot of energy in a lot of different realms. And so it's not only on the sense of, do you have somebody with you doing this, but also who is that person? Okay, so because I think this is also important as well. It's like, oh yeah, I do this with my girlfriend or my group of friends or whomever else is involved. And yet again, those people can be beneficial, and there are statistics that show that can help promote us into that realm. But it's also important to understand is the person that you're going through this evolution with in the same boat as you. All right, because I can tell you what I've seen time and time again is, you may have a friend that's going through this journey with you, and you're going to promise each other, you're going to hold each other accountable, right? Like you're going to start the first week, everything is super exciting. You're both high-fiving each other. Everything's great and grand. But then as time goes on, obstacles come up. You may be experiencing soreness. You may be experiencing some foods that are calling your name. If you're trying to quit smoking, all of a sudden you're around in an environment or around friends or whoever that may be promoting or may be triggering those senses for you. And so, can't tell you how many conversations I've had with folks of like, I was doing so good, and my friend decided, tell me, like, we've been doing so good. We deserve this, right? We've earned this mocha choca frappa whatever from Starbucks, right? And it's on the sense of oftentimes, and I'm not going to say it's coming from a place of ill will and bad intent, because I'm a person that believes that everything comes from good intentions. But oftentimes we have that person that ends up dragging us back into the mud, as opposed to like, hey, you know what? I feel ya. I understand where these sensations are coming from. You know what? Let's look at this a little bit deeper. Why are we wanting these things? You know what? Is this going to add to our environment? Is this going to add to your atmosphere? Is this going to add, or are you using this as to numb your experience? Are you using this as old patterning? Are you using this essentially as a sense of that you need these things for contribution or connection, right? When instead it's the conversation, right? So it's being able to see, okay, not only do we have accountability and do we have essentially a training partner or whomever, but who is that person, right? Because I can tell you, for most of us, we surround ourselves with people that we either like or want to be like. And so for most of us, that also means we also have a lot of similar patterns and habitual things that we do on a day-to-day basis. So that also means that we're also going to be trying to overcome the same things. And if we still have that blind spot and we don't understand where those things are meeting us or why we have those things in our life to begin with, oftentimes, yet again, because of good intent, our training partner, our accountability partner, or whomever can pull us back into the place where we don't want to be. All right, so that's really also what I want to help understand and help kind of promote, is using this group to captivate and cultivate that. Right, is understanding that we're all going through this journey, maybe in a different level, in a different page in which we're on our journey. But it's also being able to understand that we can lean on each other. We can have ideas that we can bounce off. We can have those times like, you know what? I'm stressed out. I'm underslept. My dogs are driving me nuts. My kids are all over the place. You know what? I want these things. What can happen, right? And so, obviously we have the 8-week shift program that's going to be starting on March 7th. I can tell you firsthand of obviously being a coach in that group, being, one of the people that created this group, of seeing people not only obviously use us as coaches to lean on in times of need, in times of uncertainty, in times of basically us as coaches. Our job is to hold you to your ask and hold you to the things in which you want to aspire towards, but also using it as a community. And I mean, I could tell you at first that like it's kind of cool. We honestly didn't expect this. Was so many people that next week is going to be the last week of this group that's currently going through. Is so many of them, like, I haven't met any of you guys, but you guys are family and you guys are essentially like brothers and sisters. And I have been able to talk and share and really lean on you guys, because I've never had that, right? Like for a lot of them, they go to facilities where they have coaches, but they don't get that extra touch. They don't get that extra communication. They don't get that extra conversation of like, you know what? I don't know why this is happening. You know what? I decided, yesterday I was having a trigger and I wanted to have, Ben and Jerry's or whatever. You know what? I want to lean on you guys and have a conversation where in my normal day-to-day, I'm not able to have that interaction and have those conversations. And so what I also want to help you guys understand is it's not just the coaching. I believe 1,000,000% in what we deliver, and I promise you, and that's the reason why we have that money back guarantee with the program, is I have 100% million sense of certainty that on a coaching realm, we will help you transform and we will get you to that other side. But it's also understanding like it's the community and it's leaning into and having other people that are going through this journey with you that can help you push past and see that 90% chance of success leading into the things that which you want to accomplish, you guys. So it's really on the sense of not only what you're doing, but it's also who's there with you. What's your day-to-day environment looking like? Who's going with this journey with you? Are they in a different place? Are they somebody that's going to that you want to aspire towards? Have they already gone through this journey before, right? Because there's that same sense of like, heard it a million times of like, would you take, financial information from a guy that's broke, or if not more in a financial distress area than you are, right? Like, are you getting information? Are you getting things from people who have gone through this route and gone through these journeys before? It's being able to use that, right, and to your own advantage. And we want to stack as many tools and as many things for you to experience and have success that you can. That was my thought. I appreciate your guys' feedback on there. For you guys that do have accountability and nourishment partners and coaches and all those things, utilize those to the best advantage you can. But I also saw a lot of you guys of like, nope, I'm in this raft by myself and I don't know which way to paddle sometimes. That's okay. We got your back. We're here for you. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I know we are. Appreciate you guys. If you got questions, you got thoughts, let me hear them. Take care, y'all.